Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
May 13th, 5:22 America, New York. Zelensky to meet Pope Francis at Vatican for first time during Ukraine war. Zelensky is rallying his European allies this weekend ahead of a planned counter-offensive on the battlefield.
Mirror World News.
May 13th, 5:07 America, New York. Missing Amy Fitzpatrick. Everything we know with major update after teen, 15, vanished. Dubliner Amy Fitzpatrick was just 15 years old when she went missing from close to her family's home in Mijas Costa, Fuengirola, Spain on New Year's Day in 2008, and authorities have been unable to find her since.
BBC News World.
May 13th, 5:02 America, New York. Ukraine's Zelensky in Rome to meet Pope Francis. Ukraine's leader visits Rome where he will meet political leaders and have an audience with the Pope.
New York Times World News.
May 13th, 5 o'clock America, New York. An Erdogan loss in Turkey would stir relief in the West and anxiety in Moscow. European leaders would be delighted to have an easier Turkey, while Russia could lose an important economic and diplomatic partnership should the Turkish leader lose power in Sunday's elections. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey, left, and President Vladimir V.
New York Times World News.
May 13th, 5 o'clock America, New York. It's May in Rome. A time to revere and fear fava beans. Although favism, a blood disorder that can cause a violent reaction to fava beans, lurks throughout Italy, many Romans look forward to May, when the legumes are in season. Sarah Autieri selling fresh beans at the festival for the fava bean outside Rome on Sunday.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 13th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Zelensky visits Rome to meet Pope Francis, Italian leaders. The pontiff has offered to serve as an intermediary in negotiations with Moscow, but his refusal to explicitly condemn Russia's invasion has raised skepticism in Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 13th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Once Europe's headache, Greece finds its feet. The nation's economy nearly broke the euro last decade. Now it is one of the fastest growing in Europe's common currency zone. Mirror World News.
May 13th, 4:39 America, New York. Body of murdered Brit teen's girlfriend found in Thailand with killer facing death penalty. We'll be bringing you the very latest updates, pictures and video on this breaking news story.
Washington Post World.
May 13th, 4:35 America, New York. Eurovision Song Contest 2023, Ukraine tributes and hot pants. At the 67th Eurovision Song Contest in Liverpool, wartime tributes jostle against kitsch and extreme silliness.
New York Times World News.
May 13th, 4:34 America, New York. Zelensky arrives in Italy for meeting with Pope. The Ukrainian president's visit comes at a potentially pivotal moment in the war against Russia, as Kyiv's forces make advances near the key eastern city of Bakhmut. Firefighters worked at a burning house after a Russian strike in Konstantinivka, Ukraine, on Friday.
BBC News World.
May 13th, 3:35 America, New York. Cyclone Mocha. Major evacuations as cyclone threatens Bangladesh. 500,000 people have been evacuated ahead of Cyclone Mocha's predicted landfall on Sunday.
Mirror World News.
May 13th, 3:33 America, New York. Our nightmare neighbor keeps feeding pigeons. It's so bad we can't leave our home. Anna, who lives 12 miles north of Barcelona in Spain, described it as distressing, as hundreds of birds flocked to a communal courtyard now full of feathers and pigeon droppings.
Washington Post World.
May 13th, 3:04 America, New York. Ukraine Live briefing. Russian strikes reported in 3 cities. Concerns over safety at nuclear plant. Ukrainian officials announced air alerts throughout the country early Saturday, reporting injuries in the cities of Nikopol, Khmelnytsky and Mykolaiv.
Fox News.
May 13th, 2 o'clock America, New York. Developer creates pro-First Amendment AI to counter ChatGPT's political motivations. ChatGPT has political biases when answering questions, opening the door for competition whose models provide objectivity in their answers, an AI developer said.
Fox World News.
May 13th, 2 o'clock America, New York. Deepfakes, porn tapes, bots. How AI has shaped a vital NATO ally's presidential election.
One candidate already dropped out of the race after an alleged sex tape surfaced on social media, but the candidate claimed it was the product of deepfake technology.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 13. 1:28 America, New York. Congressional and White House staff plan to continue talks over the weekend to avert a U.S. default as lawmakers expressed increasing urgency about reaching a deal. Congressional and White House staff plan to continue talks over the weekend to avert a U.S. default as lawmakers expressed increasing urgency about reaching a deal.
RT World News.
May 13. 1:11 America, New York. U.S. to confront Iran with new naval deployments. Officials say the move comes after Iranian forces seized multiple foreign oil tankers in recent weeks. BBC News World.
May 13. 036 America, New York. Papua New Guinea minister quits over luxury coronation trip controversy. Papua New Guinea's foreign minister called critics of his daughter's TikTok primitive animals.